Here with Illinois assistant coach, pitching coach Drew Dickinson. Today, the Big Ten announced Cody Sedlock, Big Ten Pitcher of the Year. And let's talk about Cody. What you saw 3 years ago recruiting him, and just how he's turned into probable All-American Big Ten Pitcher of the Year.
It was simple. Watching him 3 years ago, obviously a great athlete, was a really good hitter, a good competitor, a good athlete on the mound. I just liked his arm, and getting to meet him as a kid, I liked how he was. Did I project him to be a first-round pick? I think that's tough to do, as always. You project guys to be turn into a good draft, but the work he put in on his own the last 3 years to watch him mature, both physically from a body standpoint and just mentally on the mound and his stuff, it was a real treat. It's very rare you see a guy at this level. You see it in the SEC a little bit at a Big Ten level, not really throw 31 innings as freshman, 31 sophomore, and then boom, here you are, first-round pick. But we had this expectation for him this year, and he lived up to it.
And you talk about this year, the progression he made over his career. A midweek guy, spots last year, but to take the ball as the ace this year, to take that role and run with it. Just speak to the season he had. 64 innings in the Big Ten play, dominant week after week.
Right. I mean, it was dominant, and he just got better as the season went on. And that's a testament to him. Made a couple adjustments with his fastball. Instead of throwing four-seam fastball all the time, he started going predominantly two-seam. And once he did that, the contact become soft contact everywhere, and he just took off. Like I said, his progression was great. But what helped him out was last year, he knew he had an arm to compete last year, but he knew we had guys who had done it and ahead of him. So he didn't cry and moan about it. He played with them, he learned from them, and knew and waited his turn, and he worked his butt off to when he got his opportunity this year that it wasn't going to be wasteful. And again, you saw what he did. He didn't waste 1 minute of his opportunity, and I'm so proud of him.
And speaking to learning of last year's players, back-to-back years now for the Illini to have the Big Ten Pitcher of the Year. What does that mean to you personally? The development these players have had, be it Tyler J, Kevin Duchesne, now Cody Sedlock, and the program itself.
Well, I mean, for me, I'm very proud. Like I said, I don't have kids, but it's a proud moment for me. I was a Big Ten pitcher in 2001, and that was the last time we had one. So to have one last year and then have one this year, I take pride in that. It's what I told those guys I thought we could make our pitching staff into and what I could make them into. They put the work in and trusted me, and it's nice to see what I envisioned in my head for our pitching staff come true. And I'm just proud of those guys. And now next year, I hope to have somebody else do the same thing, make it 3 years in a row.
Thank you, Drew.
No problem. Thank you.